are celebrating Abida's 18th birthday and also Salijan's 16th birthday. So today is everybody's birthday. So, ladies and gentlemen, put your biggest round of applause to welcome our VVIP into the hall.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Business Opportunity Presentation. I'm Vivian Tay, your host tonight. A little bit about myself. I come from the IT industry where I spent over 25 years. Like many of you, I was searching for a platform that could help me transition into entrepreneurship, one that offered low upfront risk but created meaningful impact. As a loyal Cellular consumer for the last 16 years, I took a leap of faith when I reconnected with Avita. It has been 3 fulfilling years since joining the family, and today I'm a Platinum Director in Avita. Tonight, I'm honored to be introducing my mentor in this entrepreneurial journey and the speaker tonight, her ambassador, Joey Tan. Having spent nearly 2 decades in the corporate world, Joey's last role as a vice president in a civil engineering MNC marked a major turning point. One day, he witnessed one of his bosses collapse in the office from cardiac arrest, a sobering wake-up call that health can never be taken for granted. At the peak of his career, Joey made a bold decision to leave the corporate world behind and fully commit to building his Avida business. What drew him in wasn't just the immense growth potential, but a deeper purpose to advocate for preventive health and empower others to take charge of their well being before it's too late. Tonight, Joy is going to shed light on something that concerns many of us, the three highs: high cholesterol, high blood pressure or hypertension, and high blood sugar. These silent threats often creep up unnoticed, and Joey is deeply passionate about raising awareness before it's too late. So, without further ado, let's welcome PA Joey to take us through this important topic.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, Vivian, thank you. Hi, good evening, everyone. Yes, it's my great pleasure to really have the Zoom tonight to share with everyone about this important topic. I think, yeah, like what Vivian shared earlier, yeah, more than almost 25 years ago. Yeah, really witnessed my ex-boss collapse in the office. At that time, I was almost like just graduated and not long, wanting to come out to the corporate world. I feel in today's arena, I'm sure many of you would agree with me. Yeah, that luckily I'm in this already in this industry for more than 18 years. Yeah. And I have witnessed more and more young adults coming into impacting by these three high issue. So tonight I thought I want to really share about this critical health issue. Yeah. Three: high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and high blood sugar. And how these three issues relate to obesity also, which is very important. Yeah, the three high today. Yeah, let me share my slide. Okay, the three high today, you realize we read quite a lot in the media that it represents a significant and widespread metabolic health concern impacting a lot of people, millions globally now. Like I said earlier, yeah, and I noticed that it actually impact more and more younger adults, especially the working adults. So understanding these three conditions is vital for improving our overall health. Yeah, very, very important, and preventing chronic diseases. They will later come in. What kind of chronic diseases? Like cardiovascular, yeah, which my boss actually, yeah, succumbed to. And then not only cardio, also neurological issue and systemic health, wellness that may just collapse. Yeah, it can be your respiratory health or even your detoxification system that can actually collapse. So it's important to understand how these three issues actually impact our life. Yeah, let me share again. Okay. Everybody can see, yeah? So before I go on talking about these three issues, let me introduce our number one leaders, yeah, our Avita visionary leaders, CEO Miss Li Xiangying, our founder also. Yeah, at 81 years old now, her life is still full of zest and passion in helping people to take care of their own health. Not only taking care of their own health, she she is also very passionate about helping working adults, especially who want to take charge of their own life. Yeah, instead of relying on working and being a slave to money. So she set up Avita on the 10th of August 2007, 18 years ago. Yeah, she set up our Avita platform to help many adults, not just for our health, but also have a platform for all of us to build it into a business for our own. Okay, so tonight is not so much of this. I want to share back to the three high. Okay, in particularly what high blood pressure, high blood sugar, and high cholesterol. So high blood pressure, what the doctor normally says, hypertension. What does it mean? Basically, it means that it is the condition whereby the force of the blood against the artery become very high. And this can lead to heart issue, stroke, and even kidney problem. Whereas high blood sugar, yeah, another which is always associated with diabetes, especially. This occur when the blood sugar in our body, yeah, when the blood sugar in our body, we cannot effectively use the insulin or produce enough of it, leading to elevated glucose level in our blood. So that's why if our pancreas produce the insulin to control the blood sugars. So blood sugar actually come from where? Come from the food that we take. That's why nowadays we are very conscious of the rise, especially we Asian. What are the GI index in our rice that we take every day? So these are indicators that at least in Singapore, yeah, I also understand that today we have an international audience, right? Yeah, but at least in Singapore, many more people are more aware of the GI index of the rice, the blood sugar that can affect our blood sugar. Okay, then lastly, high cholesterol.
Is high,
So,
higher. Yeah.
yeah, the high cholesterol. This refer to the elevated level of cholesterol in the blood, which can lead to blood buildup in our arteries also. And if the blood buildup in the arteries, yeah, then we run the risk of having what? Heart disease and stroke. So these three are very closely related to what? Obesity. Why? You realize that these three together comprise of the significant risk for developing all these problems, excess body fat especially, yeah, in particularly around the endowment. And these fats, yeah, can lead to insulin resistance, higher cholesterol level, and increased blood pressure. This is always a cycle that is very difficult to break. I'm sure you heard of friends or heard of program that can help you to go on diet. There are many programs out there to go on all this. But around, especially the obesity around the abdomen area, is one of the very difficult cycle to break out. I would say that these are all based on evidence based, yeah, especially on our lifestyle. And it requires us to have that kind of discipline to modify our lifestyle. Yeah, firstly, we must, in terms of the lifestyle, we must have nutrient rich, especially with low sodium. Yeah, this is in terms of the diet. Secondly, low on saturated trans fats. Yeah, I'm sure many of you who are aware of health, taking care of your own health, you know, trans fat, we must not take too much of that also. And refined sugar is another, because it's a processed sugar. So these are the three things in terms of diet that we got to be aware. Of course, it's everything about holistic. It's not just about diet. How about regular exercise? Play a very, very important role. So I must say that I'm fortunate because when I was in the university, when I was serving the national service, I run for the university. I'm a cross-country runner. So my habit of going for a run, going for a swim until still is still on until today. And by the way, I'm coming to 58 years old. So every other day I still run or I swim. Sometimes I even do two together. Yeah, two at the same time. So it's important to talk about when we're talking about wellness, especially in the wellness industry. We must we must maintain our discipline and show it to friends that we can actually prevent tree high and take responsibility for our own health. Okay, so not only that, yeah, weight management, of course, weight management is one aspect. The other aspect, especially for young adults, stress management. You must have ample sleep, enough sleep, yeah, adequate sleep, especially 11 p.m. Don't try to stretch after 12 midnight. Those of you who have attended our Meridian workshop, our ambassador course, yeah, you will know that our liver, yeah, will start to detox itself, and especially after the 11 p.m. hour. That is the golden hours of detoxification. So adequate sleep is very, very important. Only only on Sunday, I met my university friend. Yeah, unfortunately he suffered from pancreatic cancer. And when I dig deeper into his lifestyle, I almost got a shock. He is still working as an engineer, a senior engineer, but he sleep at 2, 3 a.m. every night. And he wake up at 6 a.m. I say, how can you do that? So on top of sharing about the wellness, our wellness regime, I also share that you have to modify your lifestyle. No matter how stressful your work is, our health is the most number one priority. Without health, because it's not just for ourselves, because this university friend, he has a 7-year-old kids, 7-year-old girl. I say, you owe it not only for yourself, but to your family, to your wife. So it's important for us to take care of our own health, number one priority. And definitely the last one is avoiding alcohol, avoiding tobacco. These are things that we know if we have to take some time for social event, take it at a moderation. Okay, it's important for us to be aware of these are the things as a holistic way of maintaining the wellness regime. Okay, of course, I just want to have a disclaimer before we go on. Yeah, this presentation, like what Vivian said, I'm a civil engineer. Okay, so all this information that I take out is shared by my doctor's friend. Yeah, and for me, it is really for general information, and it does not recommend or endorse anything. Yeah, that we say is a cure. So by all means, if you have any chronic issue, chronic disease, you must first and foremost go and consult your doctors. Okay, so from time to time we have live testimonial, yeah, we have live cases that we will share. And yeah, this is not intended to represent or represent it as a cure. Okay, so you look at this picture now, a dissect of our artery, a 3D dissection of our artery, of our blood artery, and the bad cholesterol, yeah, the LDL. We all know also, especially those of us who have gone for medical checkup, LDL built up at the site of the blood arteries. So if we are not aware, most of the time, in fact, we are not aware. Yeah, especially when we come with all the unhealthy habit. Why we are not aware? Because these are all no symptom. They are silent. Yeah. So until one day the plaque build up until it's so much that if it deplete, yeah, it inhibit the flow, the smooth flow of our blood. That's where problem will come out. Okay. So there are also not only in terms of most of the time we hear about LDL. Yeah, LDL is one aspect, especially the accumulation of this in our blood arteries. The other one that is also a silent killer that many of us are not aware is about the homocysteine, the unknown killer. Why? When the homocysteine, yeah, when this one can cause the tear in our blood arteries. Yeah, when it cause the lining to tear, that's where the clot will accumulate. Yeah, blood clot will accumulate, which will then cause narrow arteries too. So beside accumulation of the plaque, there is also the homocysteine level that we got to be aware of in our body. Okay, so in Singapore, I think Singapore government has shared a lot about our, especially because we are an aging society, not just aging, we are also a premature aging society. Why? Why premature aging? Because as what the statistics show, more and more younger adults are suffering from high blood pressure, yeah, high blood sugar, and I have friends who are only 30 plus already suffering from diabetes. Okay, later I'll talk about diabetes. Again, not only in Singapore. How about in Philippines? Yeah, in Philippines, in Malaysia, in Indonesia, many of these countries that I have many friends in, I share such data to them also. And they can share with me that, yeah, especially some of the doctors' friends, they can share with us that, yeah, along the way, they know that many of their patients or their family members suffer from such three issues also. Okay, so on the aspect, high blood sugar, which diabetes is a chronic condition that is always associated with basically the sugar level in the blood. We all know the pancreas, I shared earlier, the pancreas produce the insulin itself that can help us to control the blood sugar in our. The problem is as we age, and a lot of time due to a lot of chemical intake, yeah, chemical drugs intake, the pancreas sometimes is not able to produce enough insulin to allow our liver to control the blood sugar in our body. So that is where what the doctors always call hyperglycemia. Yeah, diabetes is really a chronic medical condition, meaning that although it can be controlled, but most of the time it lasts a lifetime. So you probably have heard or come across friends or family members who have all these kind of symptoms also. Frequent urinating, yes, slow healing, weight loss, blurred vision. These are important signs that your body is trying to tell us that you got to take care. And better still, once you have this kind of issue, always remember to go and take regular blood sugar test, yeah, for blood test to test your sugar level, so that you make sure that before you get into the pre-diabetic stage, at least you know what are the things to take care of and prevent it from escalating further. Diabetes itself is not a major issue, but it is the aftermath. Yeah, it is many of all these diseases that are related to diabetes that is the problem. Stroke, heart disease, and the worst, a lot of people are also very worried, is coming to amputation. So in Singapore, I'm very sad to whenever I go to the wet market, I see sometimes young adults have their leg amputated. And all this is because of diabetes. Okay? So that's why in the medical arena, they say that this is a silent for many, many years. Okay? Singapore national paper, yeah, in the media talk about the fight against diabetes. In fact, by 2050, nearly 1 million, and by then probably our population, 6 million, 7 million. So it's probably one to six. You think about that. The fight against diabetes is always a worrying trend. And it involves not just the government responsibility, it involves each and every one of us, not just for ourselves, but to educate, yeah, to share this info with our family and with our loved one. So again, Indonesia, same thing. Yeah, only last few weeks ago, I was in Indonesia. I was sharing this data with my associate and my friends over there, that the prevalence of diabetes in Indonesia population is also very, very high. And they have a much younger population over there. And diabetes is also one of their problems that affect the government policy now. So three high, basically, I want to share is really the sick, or I would say sometimes the poor waited for symptom, but the wise, yeah, the wise people who you and I, who want to take the effort and take the commitment, yeah, to understand about how then to prevent is very, very important. So the wise do preventive healthcare. Don't wait until you are sick. We all know, especially in Singapore, yeah, there is this saying, yeah, you can die, but you better don't get into the hospital. Why? Because our medical cost is humongous and is increasing every year, our medical costs. Later, I'll share some data from my insurance industry, from the insurance industry with you guys also. Okay, especially on this common chronic diseases. So I just want to share also, like what when we get to know from the Swiss professor, yeah, they share with us that don't forget all our body, whatever kind of problem that we have, fundamental, our body is made of tiny, tiny little cells. Yeah, coming up, we are formed from our mother and our father. Yeah, two cells fused together, and that's where it start to multiply until when we are adults, it came out to 100 trillion cells. So what does this cell do? Yeah, it basically, whenever we have problem, it all boils down to the cell being diseased. So all diseases are only one disease, you think about it. And that is when our cells are not functioning properly. So the Swiss professor shared with us that if we can identify, yeah, the cause going into the cellular level, that's where we can prevent a lot of the things from accumulating until the chronic issue, yeah, like the tree high. Okay, then basically, why do cells get sick? The main two causes is these two main factor: toxicity, and deficiency. Toxicity means what? Means is poison, the cells being poisoned. Yeah, why do the cell get poisoned? You think about that. Yeah, basically every day we are exposed to a lot of pollution in the air, to radiation, yeah, to the UV ray, yeah, from the ozone layer, yeah, that is broken. So even our home Wi-Fi, these are all the radiation, yeah, that create the free radicals that many of us understand that actually bombard into our cellular level, bombard into our cell. That's where it poison our cells. The other one is basically deficiency. It's basically not enough nutrient for our cells. I'm not saying not enough nutrient for we, yeah, for as a human being, but into the cellular level. How aware are we that every day our food intake, the nutrients of the food intake that we take, how much of this nutrient go into nourishing our cells? So two main item. I hope tonight, yeah, if you really have to get back home and understand two major issue, is why do the cell get sick? Okay, be aware of your own body, how our cell get poison, and be aware of how our cell get the nutrient. Is it really true from the food that you take that your cell get the nutrient? Think about that. Because nowadays, especially those of us who eat a lot of outside food, be it in the restaurant or be it in the hawker center or in the food court, yeah, there are a lot of MSG, a lot of salt, a lot of sodium, a lot of artificial coloring. These are the things that is very nice, yeah, very flavorful, but actually in terms of the nutrient, it is not able to get into our cellular level. Okay, so I shared earlier, all in our modern lifestyle, yeah, we have pollution in the air, from the road, well, from the traffic, yeah, from even in our home, our Wi-Fi, our printer, all these create free radicals. And these free radicals will keep bombarding into our cell. And that's where it create havoc into the DNA of each of our cell. Once it create havoc, then you can see this symptom of what they call oxidative stress. In the layman term, like you and I, yeah, we are not the medical profession. In the layman term, it is almost like our body start to get rusty inside. So you think about it, how do I compare rusty in our body as compared to a normal item? Like when you have a can of biscuit, yeah, normally, especially Chinese New Year for us Chinese, yeah, most of the time we buy cookies, but every time you realize that as you open the cookies, by the time you eat some, by the time you eat until the last few layers, most of the time the cookies are already not fresh. In fact, some become moldy, right? So these are because of the oxygen that go into the can every time we open, and these are oxidative stress affecting the food. Same oxidative stress, if we are not aware, it will affect our body, our life cells. If it affect our life cell, it will bombard and create havoc into our DNA. That's where even cancerous cell will start to mutate. Okay, tonight is not, I won't be talking about cancer. Yeah, although over like Sunday, I met up with my uni friend. As I say, he suffered from pancreatic cancer. I really feel very, 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 very sad for him, but I'm trying my best to help him on that issue, on his issue. Okay, so cell therapy, basic fundamental of cell therapy, what the Swiss professor shared with us, that our cells, yeah, it repair, but then it will renew and then it will die off every 3 to 4 months. Huh? Always remember our cells, all of us have our cells inside our body. It will die off, but every 3 to 4 months, depend on which part of the body cell in our body. Okay, so the cell die off, then the new one will replace. But as the new one replace, it, but with not as good as the previous cells. This is a natural phenomenon called aging, right? Why we know that it's called aging? You think about it. I'm coming to 60. Yeah, today I still can run, but definitely if I fall down, it take me at least 1 or 2 months to recover. Yeah, if I sprain my leg. But previously, yeah, when I was running in the university, 20 years old, I fall down. Within 1 or 2 days, I recover. So that is a very clear sign that as our cell replace, yeah, the newer cell replace, the older cell the new one come out is not as good as the old one. So very, very important to understand this concept. Why? Because again, if you compare cancer cell don't die. They don't die off. So that's why it start to keep mutating. Yeah, so that's why it become cancerous. So cell therapy, what it does, it first step one, it will intercept and prevent our old cell from getting worse. Yeah, when the new one replace, it will repair into as good as, I won't say when you are 20 years old, but it repair and rejuvenate it until like you are almost 10 years younger. Yeah, that is very, very true. Yes, that is something that I didn't realize when previously I was working as an engineer, never come across such thing until 16 years ago when Cellular was launched. Our first cell therapy, the fish marine cell therapy supplement was launched. Okay, step two. Yeah, later I talk about that. Step two is repair and maintain our cells. Yeah. And finally, it rebuild and rejuvenate regardless of your age. I think that is the good thing. That is the good news that everybody want to hear. So at what age, what's the Swiss professor say? Mostly young adults after 20 years old, our cells start to age. Yeah. So that's why nowadays you see even younger adults, after working for a few years in the corporate world, they succumb to tree eyes, they succumb to cancer. So it's important to understand this basic fundamental of cell therapy. So let me share this little video on Cellular. Yeah, launched to Okay, let's give a round of applause to Cellular. I said it was launched in 2009. We just celebrated 16 years of Cellular to the whole wide world. Today, Cellular is not new anymore. Yeah, but it has benefited many people around the whole world. Yeah, our company HQ is in Singapore. Yeah, presently we are all in 10 countries in Asia. But Cellular is now also sold in the West, in the USA, yeah, in Europe, in Middle East by doctors, yeah, over their clinic. Okay, those of you who first time heard about Cellular, yeah, you later after that you can ask your introducer to share with you more on that. Okay, so let me go on to the next one, next slide. So like I said, Cellular, how it help back to protect our cell. Firstly, yeah, it help in cell regeneration. It protect the healthy cell. Then after that, it repair our damaged cells, especially as we age. We have some little health issue. It can help to repair the damaged cells. And finally, when the damaged cell die off, the new cell replace it. It regenerate it into new healthier cells. So it is the first one in the world from Switzerland using marine ingredient. Yeah. A lot of time when people hear, many times when people hear about cell therapy, people hear, oh, is it placenta ingredient? No. Yeah, Cellular is the first one in the world using marine ingredient. Yeah. Okay. So the other one that I want to share also is Cellular. Remember just now I talked about not only accumulation of the cholesterol in our arteries, but also the homocysteine, yeah, that may tear off the inner lining, tear the inner lining that will then create the blood to accumulate in our bloodstream. So Cellular is also one of the latest innovative product from the Swiss group, also from the Swiss professor. What does it do? It promote healthy cell membrane. Yeah, it protect the cell membrane, prevent it from tearing off easily. So it's actually strengthen it. Then it replenish the choline level in our body. Okay, which is actually a vital nutrient for our body also. And finally, it also then promote healthy cholesterol balance and function. And finally, it support healthy liver function. To me, Cellular in the layman term, I think most of us we know we love to eat, yeah, but as we age, our metabolism rate go down, but we still want to eat our good food, right? But we know that as our metabolism go down, we are not able to digest them. Worse, yeah, we're not able to digest them. Then a lot of time the plaque will also get to build up in the arteries. So what Cellular does is basically it helps to clear the plaque in the arteries. It is almost like clearing the blockage in our drain pipe. So once it's able to clear in the plaque in the arteries, that's where our blood flow, yeah, the nutrient that carried by the blood will then go to our body, and then Cellular will then help to repair the other cells in our whole body. So these two actually complement each other very well. Okay, so I have some testimonial, a little bit gross. Yeah, this is Mr. Tan who used to suffer from diabetes, almost to such a stage, the doctor almost want to amputate his leg. So he get to know about Cellular from his family doctors. And luckily for him, after taking Cellular for 1 year, his leg is safe. So today he is a strong advocate, especially in Indonesia. Mr. Tan is an Indonesian, yeah, in Jakarta. So I have another friend, yeah, he's a Yao Ling, young guy, 35 years old only. Yeah, 35 years old. He has a family history of high cholesterol. So he take quite a number of the drugs issued by the doctors, but he always share with me that the drugs doesn't really help. And he heard from his doctor's friend that taking too much of the cholesterol drugs will cause him to have dementia, early dementia. And this is also one of the main problems affecting Singapore. Yeah, the Singapore government is very, very concerned about also early dementia. Okay, so Mr. Yao Ling, yeah, I call him Yao, Yao, Y-A-O. Yeah, he was very happy because his mother-in-law shared with him about Cellular and Cellular. And just after 3 months of consuming two every day, yeah, two each every day, because he's very eager to see the result. So after that, he go and do another of his medical test checkup, and he was so happy to see that his LDL go down. Yeah, and his triglyceride is also helping it to go reduce. So that's where he continued. Today, he is a Malaysian in KL. So he is one of my very loyal customer, I must say. Okay, busy working, yeah, but enjoying the benefit of both Celagen and Cellular. Another friend here, Alta, I'm not very sure whether she's in today. Yeah, but let me just share about her problem, her issue. For her, when she shared with me about her issue and the recovery, I was actually quite surprised because knee for her is the knee. She always find that her knee will have some clicking sound that she had been suffering for many years. She said that after 3 months, yeah, after about 3 months, she no longer hear the clicking sound and the little pain that have been bugging her. And better still, her blood pressure also becomes stabilized. Then for Cellular, because she's around my age, yeah, for Cellular, she also realized that now she can go poo-poo, yeah, poo-poo every day. And she find that it is very, very good for her tummy, yeah, to clear. Or else every time she feel the bloatedness. And she introduced that to her sister, who also suffer from the same issue, constipation issue. So another very good friend that benefit a lot from both Celagen and Cellular. Thanks to Elta for the sharing. An engineer friend that I came to know, who at that time also pretty young, 46 years old already suffer from tree high. Initially, Alex wasn't even willing to spend the money for his issue. He rather go and see the doctor and just take the drugs. But then he got no choice when his leg, you can see on this in this lower picture on the left hand side, his leg got what we call the blood flow is not able to flow smoothly. What the doctor sometimes call the gangrene. Yeah. So his doctor warned him, if it get any worse, he may have to get amputated. So Alex, whoa, suddenly get very, very worried. And he got no choice but to start on Celagen at that time. So very, very happily, after 6 months, yeah, he can see the transformation in his blood flow. Even until today, yeah, I think he has been taking Celagen for almost 10 years. Even until today, he's in Singapore office. Every now and then, he's still working as an engineer, but every now and then he will happily come into the office and get his Celagen stock replenished. And nowadays, he also shared with many of his colleagues. Yeah, because he was known to be always taking medical leave. Yeah, now all his colleagues realize that he is also very fit and they will also want to follow his lifestyle also of maintaining preventive healthcare. And a friend from Philippines, Betsy, she shared with us, when she first started on Celagen, and she was from the U.S. Air Force. After retirement, yeah, she suddenly lost the meaning, lost her direction in life, and put on weight. And but when she came to know about Celogen, she finally find that it's so meaningful to share with many friends, and to share with friends and help them have a healthier life. And she was so happy to share with us that her weight now is much controlled. Yeah, since Celogen. Okay, another very, very good testimonial that is from our own personal friend. Okay, another Singaporean, yeah, Sally Khoo. In fact, property agent, yeah, running around very, very actively now. Why? Because she is a diabetic patient, but she always share with me that she get tired easily. And after Celogen, again, after at least 3 months of Celogen, she find that her energy level is very, very good. And she is able to run around visiting clients, yeah, showing clients the property, yeah, in Singapore, yeah. Okay. Another friend, yeah, another retiree, yeah, Ernest Cole, who suffered from 3 eyes. So I got quite a number of personal friends that I come across who suffer from 3 eyes that I'm very, very glad to share testimonial with. A lot of time my own friends or family members that have all these 3 eye, I will share their testimonial to them. I said to them, no guarantee because everyone's body is different. So it also depends on the severity of your chronic disease, but it also depends on your lifestyle. So when you go into a preventive regime, you yourself must tell yourself to be disciplined. We all know what kind of healthy lifestyle, yeah, there is. The problem is a lot of time we are not disciplined enough. Yeah, to imagine to do exercise every day, half an hour. I'm not very sure tonight in this group, in this Zoom chat, how many of you how many of you can honestly tell me that you do your exercise every day? Yeah, those of you who have done that, yeah, can you type a one? Yeah, type a one in the chat group. Yeah, to show to your friend or to show to your friend who you may have introduced to. Type a one there. Tell me that you are doing your exercise at least half an hour. No need to be running or no need to be swimming. Even doing yoga, doing meditation, or doing stretching. Yeah, every morning I will do stretching, do plank. Then either I go for my run or I go for my swim. So it take me about an hour. Yeah, almost every day. Yeah, sometimes of course if I oversee, I will also make it a point to run in the gym or swim at a hotel. Okay, so it's important for us that everything that we share here, yeah, no doubt, seems like Celogen and Cellular is the wonders pill. But I will never share such a claim to a friend. I will always back it up with you must change your lifestyle. If your lifestyle, you know yourself. Yeah, you know yourself. Cut down on unnecessary food, unhealthy food. Cut down on supper, especially. Most of the time after dinner, yeah, my dinner, if I take sometime, I won't take after 8 p.m. So most of the time, if I still want to eat something, I will just take fruits after that. So enough. Okay. So it's important. I hope I have emphasized that enough, a holistic way for all of you to at least to have a guide to guide on. Another friend that I came across, yeah, Chris, yeah, only in about 2 years ago, I met her in KL in our KL office. I was quite shocked that she was suffering around my age also, suffering from renal failure. And today, only recently, she was here in Singapore with us for our anniversary dinner. yeah, and our Soaring Eagle course. Today, she really, really swear by Cellular because it has allowed her to travel around, yeah, without having to every day go for the dialysis. So her doctor even allow her to take, yeah, to take off to go to travel. So very, very happy. So right now I want to share the video of her testimonial with all of you.
Hi, I'm Chris. I'm a stage 5 and end-stage renal failure patient. I've already been doing kidney dialysis since 2012, so it's been 12 years journey. I was told to do hemodialysis, which is the cleaning of the blood, and that I've gone through since 2017 until now. When I started doing, I felt very weak. Then my daughter suddenly came and said, "Why don't you try this and see, mommy? This Cellular, you try and take it as a supplement and see whether it's good or not." So I tried it. The first tablet, I noticed a bit more energy, so I went on to take a second tablet, and then yeah, I become superwoman after that. When I'm extra weak, I take 3 to 4 tablets, and when after I take that, at least I have more energy. I've been taking Cellular since 2021. I started in 2021. It helps me a lot. It gives me a lot of energy, especially after dialysis. Where our blood is totally cleaned off of all the minerals and all the vitamins. The blood is clean and nothing left, and we feel very, very tired. I always take the Cellular down at least two tablets after dialysis, so that I can have some energy, especially to drive home without falling asleep. That's where the Cellular comes in. And also it helps me perform my daily activities, so that I don't always feel tired and want to sleep. I think it did do me good, this Cellular. My blood test is also actually improved, and is stabilized, rate is regularized. Every month when the doctor comes to visit, no comment, not much comments. So far so good.
Okay, thank you very much, Cellular. I think imagine if Cellular can help such a person improve the quality of their life. I think that is what we are living for. Yeah, for us, no point living until 90, 100 years old if our last 10 years are spent on wheelchair, spent on the bed. Yeah. So why I say last 10 years? Because this is the statistic shown by the Singapore government. Yeah. Singaporean especially, many Singaporean, the last 10 years are spent on wheelchair or spent on chronic diseases. So is that the quality of life that we want? Yeah, you may have a lot of money, but there is no health, it is meaningless to live on to a right old age. Okay, so our motto is really to really have good quality of life. Yeah, we can go live until 90 years old. By the time 90 years old, we just drop dead. Yeah, I think that is the best. Okay. Okay. So another one, Dr. Nelly, yeah, family doctors here in Singapore. Yeah. Initially, she was skeptical. Yeah, being a doctor, naturally, they are most of them, many of them are skeptical. Yeah, because they study chemical drugs, they study pharmaceutical drugs. So in terms of natural supplement, a lot of them somehow, yeah, I think this is just probably professional liabilities. Yeah, then but Dr. Nelly start to trust become more convinced with Cellular with the encouragement of his brother, our Diamond President Chong Ping. She is Chong Ping's sister. And when she tested her own cholesterol level, especially together with Cellular, together with Cellular, in terms of the LDL and in terms of the triglycerides, it actually made her very, very happy because she said that many years she is not able to control this indicator of hers. So one of my good friend also, Patrick Moria, he used to fly around. He's in the construction industry. And when he fly around, sitting long hours to Europe, to the US, so much so that he developed varicose vein. See, imagine varicose vein. Most of the time is actually suffered by the ladies, especially after childbirth, right? But even guys also have varicose vein. So Patrick get very worried when the doctor say he may have to go and cut all the vein to release the blockages. So to Patrick, he says so many veins, how to cut everyone. So when Cellular was about to launch in 2021, Patrick Moria offered, he volunteered to be the guinea pig, and he was very, very happy. Less than a month, he can see the transformation in his varicose vein. So of course, he also add on with Cellular for his tree high also. He also suffered from tree high also. Okay, so that is Patrick Moria.
大家好，
Another one that I want to share now is this lady, a clinic owner, Claire Claire. He said that he was encouraged because more of reducing his tummy. Okay, let's show her little video here.
大家好，我是 Claire。10多年来呢，我一直是被这个胆固醇过高所困扰着。我的饮食不定时，经常熬夜，平常也很少运动，所以呢，我的体重就节节的上升，从一个苗条淑女变成了小富婆，又变成了大富婆，肚腩越来越大。对我们女人来说，真的是一场噩梦。所以，当我听到阿维塔推出 Cellular 的时候呢，我第一时间就开始服用。刚开始服用的感觉是什么呢？就是排便量它有明显的增加，可是并没有拉肚子的现象，只是说这个大小便的次数跟量呢，它都有增加。反映在我们的身体上呢，我就是发现呢，我的水肿的现象已经有改善了。我每天午餐以后就会服用1颗 Cellular， 到了第4天我发现呢，在我排便里面呢，有大量的这种奶油状的这个油脂排出来我真的吓了一大跳。那我从来没有看过在我排便里面出现这样的东西。排完之后呢，整个人的感觉非常的轻松。那我就量了一下腰围，哇，真的是少了几寸哦。那我先生在帮我拍这个之前跟之后的照片，他也发现了，他就跟我讲说他也要吃，因为他一向也有这个脂肪肝的问题嘛。那这个成绩呢，我真的是被鼓舞了，所以我就不间断的每天就服用1颗 Cellular。到了12天的时候呢，我发现整个肚腩都消下去了。那再跟之前的照片一对照，哇，原来我以前的肚子有这么大呀！天哪！Cellular 它并不是一个减肥的产品，它是在帮助我们消除内脏的脂肪。那透过这么轻松没有负担的方式呢，就可以把我们的内脏脂肪排出体外。然后当然最重要的事情，它可以恢复我们身体的曲线减轻身体的负担，这真的是太令人兴奋了。我很高兴有福气能够遇到阿维塔这么好的公司还有产品来照顾我和我家人的健康以及活力。阿维塔赞。
Okay, thank you, Cellular. Okay, I think for her case, again, I say everybody is different, So normally for my own friends, I will always remind them, your lifestyle change. Just like my engineer's friend that I met over on Sunday, your lifestyle must change. If you want to take care of your own health, we must have that kind of discipline to control our diet, to exercise regularly, yeah, and to have adequate sleep. Yeah, important to have good sleep. Yeah, that is one of the more very important factors. Okay, that's all I share. Yeah. Some friend even say, "Wow, these are not cheap," but I can tell you, this data is shared to me by my insurance friend. Yeah, in the insurance industry, in Singapore especially, hospitalization costs. Yeah, how many of you? I'm sure quite a number of here our friends here also will know about such a cost. Okay, let me show you. At least 20 to 30,000 for an average. Yeah, because especially when our loved one, touch wood, yeah, have to stay in the hospital. Most of the time, we want to make sure that we want them to have the best care in the hospital. So as far as we can, we want to give them the best, right? So it's important, but this is not the most high end. In fact, this is the average. So medical costs increases almost 10% every year, especially the past few years. I'm sure everyone, not only in Singapore, every one of us in Asia region, you realize even our common food in the food court is not only 10%, in fact, much more than 10%. So to me, how then can we not take preventive health care as a very important thing that we must do? Okay. So more than 90% of critical illness claim, yeah, insurance come from these five conditions. Major cancer, which those of you who are on Cellular, you know, cancer gets Cellular have so many good report on helping to reduce the cancer cell from mutating. Yeah, heart attack. Yeah, Cellular and Cellular, to me, these two combined can help a lot in terms of this issue, in terms of this heart attack and coronary artery bypass issue. Yeah, stroke, same thing, and of course the end-stage kidney failure, which is just now Chris Kong was suffering from. So imagine only these five. Yeah, this one is already 90% of the insurance claim. And medical costs, like what nowadays we say, right? Chinese say, yeah, 少年不养生, yeah, 老年养医生. Basically, when you are young, yeah, you don't take care of your health. Yeah, by the time we are old, we are actually giving all the wealth to the doctors, not to the hospitals. So preventive healthcare is a must, no longer an option. Yeah, okay. So now I think I have shared enough. Yeah, let us go into the breakout room. I just want every one of us to, especially the new friends, get to know some of of your own friends, and then get to know them and share, especially those who have tried Cellular and Cellular, share your own testimonial. The other question is then share how you can reduce the cost of consumption, especially those who are taking for 1 or 2 years. Yeah, you realize that you can actually reduce the cost of consumption, and it helps us in preventive health care, not only for ourselves, but also for our family. Okay? So breakout room, are you ready?
Yep, ready. Hold on.
Thank
Hold on, everyone.
you. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Okay, I think okay, the other our room is still talking actually. Okay, never mind. Okay, some of the room, anybody want to I'm sure many of you still got things to say. Anyone want to volunteer to share?
Joey,
Yeah.
hey, Joey, in my room, I would like to actually nominate Edmund because he has a very good sharing about how Sargent has helped him. And also, you know, the second question that you asked, how the family has enjoyed the reduced cost of consumption. So can we have Edmund to share what he has shared with us in our room one?
Yeah, sure. Somebody please spotlight. Edmund, yeah, where Edmund? Who is the introducer for Edmund?
Edmund, our Malaysia GA.
Edmund
Chris
Lau.
has, yes.
Hey, hi everyone.
I thought which Edmund. Okay, good.
Hi Joey. Hi, but sorry, the lighting is not very good because I'm inside the car at the moment. So yeah, I shared early on how the strategy has helped me in my fight with cancer and colon cancer. So basically Cellular I've been taking for the past 2 years, just prior to my treatment of cancer, and I've taken it from then on until now. And during my cancer treatment, during my operation, before my operation, I took down 6 tablets of Cellular, and it helped me to recover and get out of hospital very quickly. Within the space of less than a week, my doctor said I could go home after undergoing a major operation. And after diagnosis, going through my chemo, all through 8 sessions of it, I took down my 2 surgeons every day, and my oncologist doctor saw a very remarkable thing that happened, that I was actually leading a very much normal life. I did not have any of the effects of chemotherapy, and I had the energy levels. I put on weight. I ate very well, and after that gone through I've gone through my second year, and I went my colonoscope. I did a couple of weeks back. I'm cleared. Basically, I'm now um just doing the normal monitoring. I'm basically recovered, and I'm continue taking Cellular, and both my wife Chris and myself, we are GAs. Basically, we have been taking this for the past 2 years. She's taking it to help her with the dialysis. I'm taking it to keep my cancer at bay, and these things. And being GAs, use this. We get it at a very very good price, at a much lower cost. And we are sharing with all the people here in KL with about Surgeon, about Cellular, and all the products and everything. And that's how, and building up the business together with all our friends here in KL. So that's my story.
Yeah, thank you, Edmund. And
Thanks.
I must salute you for having the courage to volunteer this Saturday in our KL office to share your story. I think it's important because
Yeah.
sharing your own personal story, you can help many people that you will never imagine. Yeah, so sometimes you just share the goodness, share the benefit, and
Exactly.
the goodness will come back to you without you knowing. Yeah, in due time. Okay. Good luck to you this
Thank you
Saturday.
very much. Thank you, Joey. Thanks,
Okay.
everyone.
Anyone else? Yeah. Other room?
Yeah, Joey, I think Albert was sharing halfway. Let's have Albert finish his
Albert.
sharing.
Okay.
Albert, come, put you on the spot. Hey, where's Albert?
You're looking for me?
Yeah. Albert, you're sharing your story halfway. Nobody managed to listen to your story.
Oh,
Can help to spotlight.
okay. I was talking that I used to go to toilet a couple of times in the evening at night, and it disturbed my sleep. But after taking Cellular, it helps and improve, and I now hardly go to toilet during my sleep, or maybe once at one time only in the night. Usually it's early lah. If I sleep early, like what Joey said, sleep by 12:30, I wake up, go toilet, then to morning already. So sometimes it's because probably sleep too early. But the good thing is that surgeon did make a difference in me, and then I'm grateful that definitely has introduced to me. And of course, I have introduced a few friends that also take it, and they are having good result. And for myself, I feel that there were other improvement that it came on subtly. like your hair grow faster. Used to 4 week cut one time, now 2.5 week had to go and cut hair. And even the mustache also go faster. Last time it's 4 days shave one time, now 2 days have to shave. Fingernail also. And I think it's the cell is growing. And I feel that it's helping you in one way or another. If you look younger, there is a secondary benefit. Okay, that's not my concern. My concern is to have a quality life and have less problem with myself so that I can enjoy my livelihood. Yeah, good time when I reach 70, 80, if I live so long. Okay, and now not too far, now 66, 4 more years to 70.
Yeah.
I've been taking surgeon almost coming to 3 years already.
And Albert, you are looking very good, I must say. Yeah, compared to the
younger,
first time I met you, yeah, Singapore.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're still running your business in Cambodia, right?
I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still here.
Okay, okay. Very
No,
good.
cannot run away.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much, Albert.
Welcome, welcome.
Yes, yes. Okay. Any other people want to share? Dinah must share your story. Yeah. As I said, sharing your story help a lot of people to understand about Cellular, because a lot of people don't know about. In fact, a lot of people don't know about supplement. Last time, the thing that I know about supplement is just go to the pharmacy and buy anyone. Yeah, just look at the thing. But never did I realize that there are so much knowledge. Yeah, in terms of all this, especially premium supplement. What are the things to look out for? So it's very important for you as an introducer to friends, to new friends today, to really help them, guide them to assess properly. You want it for their health. Yeah, it is not just about earning that one box, two box. Yeah, you get 6 box, you get 12 box, it doesn't make us a millionaire, but it can change your lifestyle, it can change your health, it can change your family also. So and it happened to many of us here, yeah, in the family. So I really welcome, especially the new friends today, yeah, to really be open and meet out with your friends, meet out in the office, and pen down your question more. Then really ask until you are satisfied. Then you start off convincingly. Yeah, don't start half-heartedly. Don't start all over 1, 2 months. You must make sure you want to finish the whole cycle. Yeah, because you owe it to yourselves to repair and renew one full cycle. Okay? So I hope tonight my sharing, I hope it can help you a little bit in understanding about the three high better. And I really wish upon everybody good health, yeah, and good wealth. Okay? Um, okay, I am back over to the MC. Vivian, thank you very much.
Wow. Okay, I call it the infamous three highs: high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and high blood sugar, which are affecting more and more people these days, especially as our society become more affluent. Better availability of food. Ironically, as our quality of life improves, so do the hidden risks to our health, right? If we don't take proactive steps to care for our health at a deeper level, especially the cell level, we may end up spending our retirement years not in enjoyment, but paying what? Medical bills. Let's choose prevention over regret and vitality over medication. All right. Yes, entrepreneur leap seminar. Okay, this is happening on this coming Saturday, the 19th of July, 2025, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Okay, it will be featuring two remarkable speakers, D.P. Chongping, who was a government scholar turned Avita global network entrepreneur, and Edie Hoi Kit, who's still now in the aeronautical corporate executive, and he's transitioning into network marketing entrepreneur. And it is hosted by Ivy Yong, who's a corporate executive and also transitioning into network marketing entrepreneur. So if you can scan to register, right? You see there's a barcode, okay, to get information about the seminar. And lunch is provided at $50 per pax. Okay, we have come to the end of our BOP tonight. Can Jennifer please do the honor of taking the photo?
Share. Yes. Give me a minute.
Smile.
Hang on. Put on your smile.